Have you ever wondered what Cleopatra used on her skin or why ancient Romans bathed in donkey milk? Get ready to be spellbound because you've just entered the world of folklore and skincare.
Greetings, beauty seekers and spa enthusiasts. I'm Mindy, your mountain spa fairy, and welcome to a realm where ancient folklore dances with modern skincare wisdom.
And I'm Kandyce, the spa witch, here to conjure up some skincare magic. We're not just about the latest serums and face masks. Instead, we'll be delving deep into the chronicles of history, uncovering the captivating and sometimes eerie stories behind ancient beauty rituals and the folklore that surrounds them.
From ancient Egyptian beauty secrets to bizarre Victorian trends, we'll uncover the surprising and sometimes shocking ways beauty has moved the needle throughout history.
So, if you're ready to unlock the secrets of skincare's past, join us on this magical journey.
We're excited to have you.
Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to Folklore and Skincare, the podcast where we explore the fascinating world of beauty secrets. I'm Kandyce, the spa witch.
And I'm Mindy, the mountain spa fairy, ready to unravel some more intriguing tales from the world of skincare folklore.
So, ma'am, what kind of magical potions are we going to be brewing up today? I'm on the edge of my seat.
Well, Kandyce, get ready for something a little gooey, a touch viscous. Today we're diving deep into the world of, drumroll please, Mucin.
Yes, I use it. I love it. I can't wait to hear more about it. So take me back to the origin. So it sounds like something out of a fairy tale or some sort of like weird science experiment.
Totally. It does sound a little bit out there. Or if you're listening and you're already a skincare junkie, this may be old news to you. Or maybe you know a little bit about it, but aren't quite sure what all the hype is about. It's a fascinating story, not just a recent fad. No overnight sensation here.
I kind of figured we weren't the first to fawn over its benefits, but it's been around for a while, like ancient times, right?
We're talking ancient Greece. The ancient Greeks were keen observers of the natural world. They experimented with all sorts of natural remedies, and snail mucin was one of them. They were onto something even back then, commonly using snail mucin to treat burns and skin wounds. Imagine some ancient Greek physician, maybe even Hippocrates himself, observing snails gliding across a rocky surface, leaving behind this glistening trail. Maybe they noticed how quickly snails seemed to heal from injuries, or perhaps someone with a burn accidentally touched a snail and noticed their skin felt better afterwards. I mean, who knows, right? We don't have definitive records detailing the exact aha moment, but thanks to their observation and experimentation, we know how beneficial it is today.
Awesome. So definitely more like folk medicine back then. Word of mouth had to have just been like orally passed down then through generations, right?
Exactly. It likely started with simple observation. Someone probably noticed that the snails seemed to secrete this protective substance and that it had a soothing, healing effect on the skin. And then, like so many other folk remedies, that knowledge got passed down. It's fascinating to think of people thousands of years ago using the same ingredient we're slathering on our faces today.
Yes, so they were just picking up snails and applying the goo like directly?
Possibly. Or maybe they had some method of collecting the mucin. We don't have all the details, but think about it. Definitely no fancy extraction machines, no sterile labs. Just pure raw snail mucin straight from the source. Makes you appreciate how far skincare technology has come, but also how much we can still learn from traditional practices.
Totally. Like nature's little secret, whispering through time. Like, what were some of the uses for it specifically then? Like burns and wounds?
Yeah, burns and wounds were kind of the primary uses for the mucin. The ancient Greeks valued it for its supposed anti-inflammatory and skin regenerating properties. It makes sense considering what we know about snail mucin today.
Yeah. So even back then, they recognized its real potential.
Yeah, it's been a staple in traditional medicine across cultures for centuries, treating everything from skin conditions to even respiratory issues for some cultures.
Ooh,
Um, some people use it for coughs too, believe it or not. It's like the Swiss Army knife of natural remedies.
nice. So what is exactly in the magical snail goo? It's just snail slime, but like I feel like we need a scientific breakdown.
Totally. So technically, yes, it is snail slime, or more accurately, snail secretion filtrate, which is the name it's given in a skincare ingredient.
Right.
It's so much more complex than just that. So while the exact composition of snail slime, I thought this was fascinating, is variable due to a number of factors such as species, feeding and behavior of the animals, and then most importantly, the extraction method of the snail mucin. You can think of it like a cocktail of beneficial substances.
Nice.
Yeah. So it includes polysaccharides,
Mhm.
which are like sugar molecules, glycoproteins, which are combinations of sugars and proteins that play crucial roles in how cells recognize each other. It also contains antibacterial peptides. And the key player is a protein called epiphragm. That's the ingredient in snail mucus that gives snails their ability to adhere to rocks and walls and tree branches so they don't just come sliding off.
Oh wow. Okay. So that's really cool. So I mean, we use it a lot because it's great for hydration. Uh, what else can it do? My skin's so thirsty for the knowledge.
So it is a fantastic moisturizer, definitely, due in part to it containing hyaluronic acid.
Yeah.
Yeah, which, as we know, is a humectant. So we can think of a humectant like a magnet for moisture. It draws moisture from the air, also deeper layers of your skin to the surface, keeping that surface skin looking hydrated and plump. But snail mucin does more than just hydrate. Those glycoproteins we talked about earlier, they help with skin repair. They act as structural components, providing a scaffolding for cell migration and proliferation, facilitating wound healing and promoting the production of collagen and other essential skin proteins, helping to restore damaged tissue and maintain skin barrier function. Another thing, mucin contains glycolic acid, which also stimulates the production of collagen. It even has some anti-aging properties thanks to its antioxidants, which fight off those pesky free radicals that can damage your skin and cause it to age prematurely. It's like a mini spa treatment all by itself.
Oh, wow. I mean, so I'm in love with snail mucin, but I had no idea just what a powerhouse it was. So, okay, this leads me to my next question. How in the world are we extracting snail mucin today? I mean, like picturing little tiny snail farmers milking their little snails in the little snail farms and like, tell me more.
So there are a few methods. Historically, some were less than humane. Early methods often included soaking snails in chemicals like salt or vinegar to force them to excrete their slime.
Oh,
I know. Electric stimulation was another method that was used, but thankfully, modern methods are much better. Have you heard of molar machines?
no, I haven't priced one of those out yet. But it sounds really scientific.
They are. They're designed to gently stimulate snails with a citric acid solution. It encourages them to produce a lot of mucus without causing any harm or stress to the snail. It's considered a cruelty-free method.
Yay.
Hey! And yes, many skincare companies source their snail mucin from snail farms, primarily located in Asia and Europe. The quality of the mucin can vary depending on the species, their diet, and of course, the extraction method used.
Good. That's really good to hear. I was a little worried about the snails. So instead, these machines are more like snail spas.
Yeah, they're pretty efficient too. A single machine can process thousands of snails an hour,
Wow.
produce gallons of mucus. So after the mucin is collected, it goes through a purification process involving filtration, centrifugation, and sometimes enzyme treatments to help remove impurities and ensure its safety and efficacy.
Gallons. Wow, that's a lot of slime. And so what's the latest in snail mucin research? Is there do we have new real science backing up our claims?
Absolutely. So while it's been used traditionally for ages, modern medicine and modern research is exploring its potential. Scientists are investigating its effects on collagen and elastin production, its antioxidant properties that we already talked about, its ability to improve skin hydration and wound healing, and even anti-inflammatory effects on conditions like acne. So it's like, while we have all these like folk stories of it working the way that it does, now we're kind of more focused on like, all right, we know it works, but like how?
Exactly.
What are the components? Like,
Right.
how is it actually working its magic? They're also studying the specific components like epiphragm to understand how they contribute. There's all kinds of research out there in journals like cosmetic dermatology. I also got my hands on an article from November of 2024 that was published by Johns Hopkins University. And they have two biomedical engineering students who are currently hoping to reduce snail cruelty and reimagine snail mucus based drugs and products by creating synthetic snail mucus. Once they successfully create a synthetic snail mucus, the pair plan to make it available for skincare manufacturers and medical drug research. At the same time, they'll work on enhancing certain features of their synthetic mucus through gene mutation.
Oh.
For example, it could be made more adhesive or be able to target specific cancer cells.
Ooh.
But obviously, those steps are years away.
Yeah. Yeah, we're a few years away from that. But man, that is really incredible. So not just for beauty then.
No. So it has potential applications in medicine too. It's a real powerhouse ingredient, like you said earlier. Snail mucus can facilitate healing, as we know, and has become an important resource in wound research. So mucins from the a particular species of snail that is just the garden snail have been shown to help with skin regeneration after acute radiodermatitis, which is a common side effect from radiotherapy. Garden snail mucus has reportedly increased healing rates through antioxidant and free radical regulation. As well as being able to treat superficial injuries, mucins have shown the ability to be used on internal wounds too. So, mucins have been incorporated alongside oral non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, which we know as NSAIDs, to reduce or eliminate gastric mucosal injury. So, NSAIDs reduce inflammation, as we know, but have adverse side effects related to gastrointestinal injury and liver damage. Many companies have turned to natural products to counteract these side effects, and mucin has been shown to treat peptic ulcers, a side effect caused by NSAIDs.
Oh, interesting. All right, so we're talking about snail mucin. So now, obviously, now we have to talk about Korean skincare, right? So, I mean, they're obsessed with snail mucin over there and have been for a whole lot longer than what we have. So, how much of this stuff do you actually need in a product to see results? What kind of percentages are we talking about here?
Well, good question. So with Korean skincare, while we know, South Korean beauty brands really popularized it in the West out here, the first skincare company to actually incorporate it in cosmetics was actually the Chilean brand,
Oh.
Alicina, in 1995. South Korea followed suit in the early 2000s, and ever since they've incorporated it into everything. That was wild to me. I had no idea that it actually came from a Chilean brand.
Yeah, I mean, That really floors me. I'm
Right.
like, this started in Chile?
Right. Exactly. So your other question, the concentration in product can vary.
Sure.
There's no single magic number for effective. Of course. Depends on the product type, the quality of the mucin, and of course, the formula as a whole, which as a formulator, you're well aware of. Uh, so you want to look for snail secretion filtrate high on the ingredient list when you're looking at a product to determine how much of it's actually in there. We're talking like probably top 3 ingredients is kind of where you want to see it.
It's the good sound for Snail Mucin, I think. Yeah.
And then, of course, choose reputable brands. One of my favorite brands right now that incorporates Snail Mucin is CosRx.
Yeah. And obviously, like now we know it's not just for your face, because now we're seeing it in hand creams and even hair products.
Definitely. It's a really versatile ingredient, but like with any skincare product, there are potential risks. Some people might be allergic to snail mucin, so it's just always best to kind of test your skin first before you slather it everywhere.
Yeah, that's a good point. The next time I slather on my snail mucin serum, I'm going to really think about its long and fascinating history. I mean, from ancient remedies to cutting edge research, it's a true testament to the power of natural ingredients.
Totally. Well, everyone, thanks for listening and letting me geek out on snail slime. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to follow us on social media. We're the Spa Witch and the Everyday SD on Facebook and Instagram. Share your thoughts, your favorite historical beauty tips, or even your own skincare wisdom.
Until next time, keep your skin glowing and your history of knowledge growing.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.